Sifu catches Hilanu! That is huge! They've amped out the embers of Peon's offensive core. Let's hope they've got enough damage to back it up. Meredith Bookstone will not be denied. Ripped out. Ian swept away. Paranoid to the sky with a double. Holy crap! Break the curse! Rampage there for Sifu. He is tied for them after 4 long seasons of setbacks and second places. The Oscar goes to Book and the Bad News Bears. They will take Glacier Final.
Trying to go on me. Terrific.
He's an army ult on me. He's an army ult on me.
Naja, ult on me. Take this 5, boys. We win it.
Yeah.
Don't let them back. Don't let them back.
I'm just certain.
All right, boys. Let's become champions. Run this shit down. Is an army. She's here. She's here. Kill her. Titan. Still ult.
Get her.
Go straight to Titan. That's ult down.
Go Titan. That's game, boys.
That's game.
Marshall
You
University.
gotta take this. You gotta take this.
National
Let's fucking go.
champions.
Let's fucking go. Shred it. Get us out of this game. No one's gonna go big. G fucking shit, boys.
Here we go, boys.
Let's fucking go.
That's 10 all. He's half. Come back.
10 seconds. I'm up in 9.
Nice.
Good damage.
Be careful, this one. Run.
Dude, get the fuck out of here, dude. Hello and welcome to the Wars of Albion Greenroom podcast. I am once again Spirit of Book, joined here by my co-commentator. How's it going, Hydra?
It's been a week. I mean, obviously Smite 2 is upon us. You know, it's a big deal for, all Smite fans everywhere. Played a little bit of it earlier. The game feels really, really good.
That was so fun,
I'm really
man.
excited to play more of it. Yeah, 5-man ranked maybe just single-handedly saved Smite, I'm not gonna lie. It's so much more enjoyable. Like, oh my god.
It's so fun, dude. Like, it was so fun. Like, I don't mind, like, off-rolling because I know, like, other people aren't absolute, like, animals or, like, weirdos. Like, it's so much more fun. Like, I agree. I really like 5-man ranked. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the release of Smite 2 means we're streaming on the Smite 2, like, Twitch thingy because, like, that's more current, and we always want to be keeping up with the current.
Of course.
Some stuff happened this week in OS. I mean, look, we ended the podcast last week kind of alluding to a lot of things and not really able to talk about them. And then the next day, of course, the next day, it's always the next day. No,
literally.
The suspension is finalized and Skizzy is gone for a week of Ascension for the big scary Dargans.
Yeah, it was kind of wild. But everyone knew about it, which I think was cool. But like, obviously, we didn't want to talk about it because it wasn't posted. So like, we don't want to give the admins any reason to like be like, oh my gosh, their podcast is evil. So, but yeah, the Skizzy suspension does go through. It's for a single week, which was just for the Ascension plays, which obviously is kind of important. It's kind of gonna make or break your team, being in playoffs or not.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people either like disagree with the situation about like, how it was handled or like.
I think it was so dumb. I thought it was so dumb on both sides. I thought it was such a witch hunt, but I thought it was also like, that was just so. It was so weird, man. Like I've never seen a comment in Sparta chat very clearly taken so seriously and so literally. Like, I don't know. To me, it was just very odd. And like, upon asking further, I'm like, well, were you trolling or did you just like not try? And he's like, oh, I just didn't try. And like, okay, to me, that's fine. Like, he did not want to be on that team. He did not want to play on the Bards. He didn't like the Bards have so much drama around them already. There's other drama around them now as well. But like, I don't know, man. He just didn't want to be there. And then I didn't realize this, but Squoosh, the owner of Big Scary Dargans, is the one who put everything in motion. And
I mean, that's the team. I mean, at that point, Skizzy's on the Dargans. You know, like if the owner of your team is like, "Hey, buddy, you're going down," like unlucky. I don't really see a way that you can get out of that one. So.
I don't like that there are owners of the league though that will not stand up for their players, and like I don't know. To me, that's very. It doesn't feel good as a player to know that like there is an org that will just like outright throw you under the bus should it come time to it. Like to me, that's not a good feeling as a player. So I do understand the situation of like Skizzy quote unquote admitted to throwing, but I think there's very clearly subtext there. First, it was going to be for the rest of the season. It was only a 1 week ban, but spoiler, Big Scary Dargans got eliminated, so it was technically for the rest of the season.
The rest of their season, you know. So,
but like I've never seen a team so quickly mentally implode like that before. Like just very clearly was like like just missed out on second place by like a game, and it's like they got eliminated. That to me was kind of. It's definitely the highlight of the week, man. Like there wasn't really much else, but like there's no trades, there's no like it really was just that entire situation.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I think you know the biggest thing to take away from it is like if you're on that Dargans roster, like everyone except Skizzy, you're like, wow, our season kind of got costed, didn't it? You know, like unlucky because like there's really like I think that team had a really good shot of making out of Ascension, and they didn't get 2-0 out of Ascension, but they lost 1-2. Like they did have to play all 3 games. So you know, I don't know. I mean, like I obviously you know my heart goes out to the other players on the Dargans that you know are suffering because of the other you know parts of the situation. But you know, at the end of the day, I get it. You know, I think whether you ban Skizzy or like suspend Skizzy, like do whatever, whether you punish Skizzy or not, you're not gonna win, right?
Yeah.
Because people either want to see it happen because he's saying some stuff in the general chat. Like if he never opened his mouth, it would have been fine. You know what I mean?
Well, exactly. So, like that's why, in my opinion, it's like they're both like both sides are idiots, quote unquote, in the sense of like Skizzy, if you just kept your mouth shut, no one would have said nothing would have happened.
Yeah, nothing would happen to you, you know? And then, like, obviously, I also don't think, like, you know, people just say I got kind of witch hunty. I kind of agree with that, too. And, you know, like, I don't know. I mean, like...
I've never seen something... I've never seen something in Sparta chat taken so literally and so out of context. So literally of, like... If I was in a game and I said, oh, I'm trolling here, like, that doesn't mean I'm literally trolling. It just means I'm playing bad. Like if I say, oh, I'm minting here, it's because I'm playing bad. Like I don't, it literally so literally. And I'm like, it just drives me insane, man. It's driven me insane all week long, man.
Yeah, it's rough, but you know, I mean, their season's over. Yep. The admins had, you know, they're saying it, you know, like they kind of made their ruling. And obviously, Dargan's got to rock with it. You know, Dargan's that's the team it affects the most. You know, their season's over, so.
Yeah.
You know, unlucky.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that is the only real way to look at it. Is just unlucky.
No, simply,
we can move on. That's just kind of yeah. Excuse me. We just wanted to rant about that for a second. Let's talk about Ascension for Athens.
Yeah.
So it was great. It was good. So we had the Athens team obviously playing in Ascension, the only Warriors of Albion Athens team, or only Warriors of Albion team, playing in Ascension. Taking on the Bards College round 1, and then taking on Kitsune round 2. Bards, they obviously win against Bards round 1. They lose to Kitsune, but in round 3 they take on Royal Jesters and win it out. It was 3 interesting games. Even game 2 was really close. Like Warriors of Albion could have won game 2. They just kind of
it came down to one fight.
Yeah, Valve kind of overstepped a little bit. Let's just say that way.
I think in that last fight, like it ends up so they had this Cthulhu Sobek comp, and they're playing like Yamoja, which I think was like the character of the weekend. Every team that like locked her in either looked really good with it or won. Even if like they made it like they made it look really good. Like the character looked insanely good this weekend. And game 2 against Kitsune only goes bad because of Yamoja ult section off the fight so much. Like and the emoji healing to keep everybody alive that was getting done by Cthulhu, so Cthulhu's value was kind of completely negated. Like Valve had a rough set that set. I think he finished 0-5 and 6, I believe. Lost lane, wasn't doing enough in team fights to warrant the pick, I think. But they really bounced back in game 3. They didn't let game 2 kind of shake them, and they didn't let it deter them from like what they liked. I think Koja looked really, really good.
Koja, I thought was my highlight player on that team this week for sure. Like I thought game 1 he was carrying them. Like he was saying like we are not going to lose this game and making plays, and I'm just like, damn, that's impressive. So Koja was definitely my highlight player for that team this week.
Oh, he's mine too. He's mine too because I think like we talked about it when the trades initially happened. We said that they're trading away Swagga, and Swagga on that roster was like a big voice of direction for the team. And I said, well, you're getting Drucefood, who's like mechanically sick, right? But I don't think he brings that same leadership piece. Listen, if you guys are able to ever like see Koja prep for a match, it's actually nuts. Like he, puts in the work, puts in the mile, he does his research. Lets like what the enemy's probably gonna be playing. Let's make sure the team's on the same page of what they all want to be playing that day. Lets them get their voices heard. So you can build team comps and stuff. And that's a really big thing I think the team was missing. And like it really shows like they can drop a game in Ascension, and then you're like, okay, like it's game 3, let's just lock in, let's play our game, and you're not really like you're not letting that loss get to you. So like honestly, like again, like just big shout outs for, play on field from Koja. I think it's phenomenal, yes, but I think like the leadership piece he's bringing to the team is night and day. Like that's like the biggest like turning point I think for this roster. So really excited to like kind of see this like roster grow and like their journey kind of happen. I really enjoy watching it for sure.
Yeah, especially because this is a team that hasn't always been the best, and there was a world they could have just gone through the 2-0 round and then been a scary team to look at. But now they're gonna be in a very precarious situation because they have to deal with the likes of KWM. So maybe this is where Warriors of Albion season ends. I don't know, but
honestly, I think KWM like there's some chinks in the armor.
There is.
I think
there certainly is.
I don't think this team's unbeatable by any means. I think if Warriors of Albion come in with their strategy, they get the draft they want and they play that comp the way that they want to play it, I think that goes crazy. I mean, I realistically think I don't think there's a world where they ever get 2-0'd. Unless like people just stop playing the game because Smite 2's out. That's really the only scenario I can see.
Shout out to Smite 2, man. Like, it's so fun.
Yeah, shout out to Smite 2. Shout out to Smite 2 for real. But yeah, like if people stop playing the game because Smite 2's out, then like maybe they lose 2-0. But like other than that, I can see a really good set. I see a 2-0 victory from them. I think if they really keep it clean, I'm expecting a 2-1 victory from them, to be honest.
From KWM or Warriors of Albion?
Warriors of Albion. I think Warriors of Albion will win in 2-1.
Wow, you think Warriors of Albion are going to beat KWM?
Oh, 100% actually. Like genuinely, I think KWM, they haven't played seriously in a couple weeks. Have they been scrimming? Okay, yeah, sure, maybe. But then, the scrims aren't like that's not game day warming up.
That's crazy.
Warriors of Albion have had their season tested time and time again. They're practicing, like they have these ideas for their comps in their head. Like they know exactly what they want to do. And I think. And especially in like the last week that KWM played, they got 2-0'd because they didn't understand like what they wanted to do with their draft that week, and then they dropped a whole set to in my opinion, a way worse team than Warriors of Albion.
To Bards, so. I'm pretty sure, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Warriors of Albion smoked
Bards. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, notable.
So that's my angle.
Interesting. Okay, I wouldn't. Yeah, but I mean, like, I think KWM still had first selection overall, so maybe they just didn't care about this set.
Yep.
Like I don't think there was any implications for this set, if I'm being honest.
Oh yeah, I doubt it.
So I don't know, maybe. But like, there's also a world they just like absolutely cook. We are 6-1 since trade, and the one game that we tossed massively. Yeah, so
No, yeah, that was the Ascension game.
the squad is definitely cooking. I don't know if they'll beat KWM level cook, but I think they are on an upward trend.
I'm a believer. I think SCC players Snatty's days are numbered. Not gonna lie.
Interesting. You think not a Valve game is gonna diff Snatty? That's
He's gonna get the lane control.
Oh my
gonna get lane
god.
control, dude.
Moving on swiftly. We did not play, but we could talk about Sparta Ascension. I mean, this is gonna be a quick episode. There's not a lot to talk about today with, I mean, Ascension obviously, but like that's kind of it. And I guess we could do Ascension predictions. But Hydra and I both have to go at 7 o'clock, so we have to.
Yeah,
we have
it's gonna be a quicker episode.
It's gonna be a quick episode. It's a 1 hour Green Room podcast today. Let's talk about Ascension for Sparta.
Yep.
This
Let's get on to it.
was crazy today, or on Sunday, excuse me.
A
Like,
lot of teams made it through that I did not think we were gonna make it through. Straight up.
agreed. Like, I don't know if none of us, like you, me, and Benson, got our all the teams that were gonna make it through.
Nope.
Not
at
even
all.
close. I think maybe we each got maybe one,
Yep.
if even that.
Probably.
Like, it was wild. So round one, we had Going Ghost versus Lahungla. We all said there's no way Lahungla make it through here unless they lose to Going Ghost and then maybe win in the next 2 rounds. They said screw that. They won the first round. They beat Going Ghost, a team that just looked like a shell of their former selves before. That's
unfortunate.
That team looked so lost, that Going Ghost roster.
It looked so bad.
They were so bad. They were getting draft diffed. They were getting mental boomed. Like, they got mental boomed right after game 1. Like, during game 1, I'm just like, damn, bro, this is over, man.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just really weird to watch. And Kern didn't play well. And Lahungla, I mean, they were on it. They looked better. I think, and this is going to be a thing I talk about throughout this entire thing, I don't think a single team that made it through Ascension or played in Ascension really looked that good, in my opinion.
Oh,
Compared
I agree.
to the 4 teams that have already made it through, I don't think any of these teams that played in Ascension were really that good.
Yeah, if you're a team that skipped Ascension, you're like, okay, I can close my eyes, throw a dart at a dartboard, and whatever team it lands on, I'm cool 2-0ing them in playoffs,
Yeah.
like straight up.
I think the only team that I was like, I didn't really want to face were Bards, and we can talk about Bards really quick. Actually, did you have something you were gonna say something, but I cut you off.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Lahungla. Not only did they, I predicted if they were ever gonna make it through Ascension, they had to do it in a 2-1 fashion. They 2-0'd, by the way. To get out of Ascension, which is crazy. And it wasn't against like bad teams either. Like, Going Ghost, in my opinion, was a pretty good team.
Hold on.
That had been playing bad. They've been playing very bad, yeah.
Because Lahungla did beat the 2 mental booming teams to make to finals, or to quarters, excuse me.
Yeah, that's true.
They beat Going Ghost in round 1, and then they beat Big Scary Dargans in round 2, the upper bracket round. So Lahungla made it through in 2-0. But they did beat the 2 teams that were mental booming. And I do want to note Lahungla are keeping Evan as a coach, and he has been pivotal in their drafting ever since.
Heck yes.
Then we have in round 1 Fallen Angels versus Bards. Bards ended up winning. I kind of had Fallen Angels winning. I was hoping Fallen Angels would play a little harder. They do not. They also get knocked out 0-2, which is sad to see Gatto and the boys go out that way.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Bards are doing well though. They also go through in a 2-0 fashion. They're they are the team, I think, out of Ascension that is riding the most hot. Riding most hot out of all of them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think Bards, I think they just needed to identify like the way they wanted to play so they could be a strong team. And it came just in time for Ascension.
Yeah.
Which is a time. It's better than never.
Yeah, agreed. And we wouldn't. It's nice because when we look at the bracket eventually, we don't even have to worry about them
which is good.
Yeah, we'll get to the bracket in a bit. Heart Showers versus Big Scary Dargans. Big Scary Dargans won that one, but we already know how that went. Big Scary Dargans obviously lost out in the second round. And then we'll get to them in a bit. You actually already know they lose, but who did they lose to? We'll see. Banshees versus Blood Wardens, and Banshees smoked Blood Wardens. Like, it was not close. I don't even know. Did Blood Wardens get a kill in that game 1?
They did.
They did. Okay.
But it wasn't it was a single kill actually. My
It was
fault.
a kill.
1 to 18. 1 to 18.
Yeah. It was not close.
Yeah, it was. Whew.
I thought Banshees were going to make it through right then and there, but they did not. They go up to the next round and they get cooked by the Bards. Bards 2-0 their way to quarters. They beat Banshees, sending them into the third round. La Jungla take on Big Scary Dargans. La Jungla beats Big Scary Dargans, sending them to the third round. And then Going Ghost take on Heart Showers, and Heart Showers send Going Ghost packing.
Like that's a team I feel like Going Ghost should just beat.
Yeah,
Like-
I'll tell you what. This is a team that the start of the season Going Ghost roster would have beat.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
100%. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
and I don't even know if that's a hot take. I think that is just kind of what happened.
That's just true.
Yeah, agreed.
I
And
don't know. Going Ghost fell off.
yeah, well, so Jinx posted the screenshot of like the 3-way trade. Where it was like, oh, where was it? Let me see if I can find it. But it was
funny.
he officially claimed this is officially the worst trade. Here it is right here. It's the Jinx Q for Kern, and then the 2IC for Jinx, and the Kern for 2IC, the 3-way trade. And all three of those teams ended up losing. 2 of them before Ascension and 1 of them during Ascension.
Yeah, I feel like every team just got worse.
Yep.
Like after that trade.
Yep, every team got worse.
Especially Going Ghost, where you have this good roster. You're winning. Like you haven't lost a set yet at that point.
I think they were 2 or 3-0, but they were undefeated as
Yeah.
well at the time when they made that trade.
Yeah, and then like you're just making changes for change's sake, and then like what happens, right? Like
Yeah. And Jolly made that trade without consulting just about anyone, which I think I think there's been a couple of instances of that, of like people making trades without telling anyone. And I'm like, this is just terrible leadership right here. Like, I'm not one to really harp on Jolly as a leader. I think last season he was pretty good, but I had some like
yeah, you had some gripes.
yeah, I think so.
I remember
But like this season, I don't know. I'm just noticing a lot of players and like captains that are like just making changes for the sake of making changes, and then like not telling anyone and like the rest of their team about it. And I'm just like, this is not good leadership at all. This is not how you run a team. So yeah, Going Ghost gets sent home, and they gave Air. This is also my biggest criteria as well. We prepped really well into Heart Showers before we played them. Airhead plays Chang'e in their game, and he does well on it. And it's just that scrappy style that Heart Showers love, that they're so good at. And Going Ghosts just, I don't think, prepped well into a lot of the teams they'd be facing.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah. I was gonna say, like, I think Heart Showers as a team, like, they have good synergy. I don't think they're like insane or anything like that. I do think like a team that preps decently will just beat them.
Yeah.
And obviously, I don't know. Going Ghost just didn't want to win. I guess I don't know.
I don't think so either, man. Even like Mini, like after the series was like there was nothing I could do, and I'm like, I don't know if that's true. I look at these builds like out of some of these like ADCs, and I don't think any of them really knew what they were really supposed to be doing. Like Ornate with a full oboe build, like this is what Looney's been building, but Mini's doing it on Hotchman. I'm just like, this is not it, man. This is not the build.
Yeah, it's rough. I don't know.
Yeah. And then Fallen Angels take on Blood Wardens, and Blood Wardens win out there against Fallen Angels, and they send Fallen Angels home, and I'm very sad.
Yep. Fallen Angels go out 0-2. Just unfortunate. I love Griff.
Yeah. I mean, this was a roster that we kind of talked about at the start of the season, and like since then we thought they could be good, but since then they've just had so much happen to them, and they finally like got themselves a consistent roster. But like they were screwed from the start, man. They've been screwed from the start of the season.
Yeah, they had a rough season. We like to see, like they didn't give up. I think some of the games, like there were good moments in each game that they did play.
Yeah.
Like the Bars College game wasn't like a blowout. They just ended up losing. I think like there was no Goldie. It was just like a single fight determined who won the game. And like that's just like unlucky. Like Bards were just better that day.
Blood
And then
Wardens,
I don't know. Well, yeah. Well, I think the bards beat them, and then they go into the blood.
Oh,
Wardens and
yeah,
just
yeah,
kinda, like down on themselves, you know. So like, you know, I don't know, because the blood warden set was a little like it was a lot more of a smack.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like Bard's Fallen Angels was pretty close. Blood Warden's Fallen Angels was not close at all, in my opinion. So
No, agreed. It was
unfortunate. It was
not-
like what, 3-24, something insane, something wild.
yeah.
Like Aqua went 8-0-8. Mario Bros was like 9-0-6.
Yeah, 05, 05, 05, 04 on the members of Fallen Angel. 3 and 5. Gatto with the only 3 kills on the team, man.
He was trying to get active, and he tried to make something happen, dude, but just he couldn't make enough happen, you know?
He did. I also do not like this build from Czar at all. Like, this is so bizarre to me. Like, stop building Stormseeker.
Yeah, I don't think Stormseeker's good.
Agreed. In fact, I can tell you, I know it's not good.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
That's round 2.
round 3.
We get to round 3. So 2 teams have been eliminated at this point. It's Going Ghost and Fallen Angels. 2 more teams will be eliminated, and 2 more teams will go to quarterfinals. This is our Banshees versus Heart Showers and our Dargans versus Blood Wardens game. And boy, howdy, both of them were interesting. I watched Blood Wardens versus Dargans. I watched Blood Wardens deicide Dargans like in back-to-back fights with like maybe 2-3 minutes apart from each other. And this was not like late in the game. This was like early mid-game around Gold Furies.
Yep. And like at that point, I feel like they were just so eager to make something happen, and then stuff just didn't happen. And then, like, they ended up trying for it. They lost objectives for it. They lost map pressure for it. Really just rough set. Like, just rough to watch, honestly. It was really, really rough.
Yeah, especially because, you know, at the start of the day, you know, Dargans kind of looked, I think, in a pretty okay spot. You know, beating out Heart Showers, and then they'd end up losing to La Jungla, and I think after that they didn't really mentally recover.
Yeah, well, I think Bo had a really rough set on the Yu Huang specifically. The Terra did not look impactful. 0-8 and 3. Physics was just dashing in and then getting punished for it because they had to punish a Terra. You know, and Tactical obviously dropped a nuke on Bastet 11-0-16. Like,
yeah, Skull and Tactical in particular as a duo, like I think might be the most underrated 2v2 in Sparta. I think they looked good. They look really good. They look so good and they work so well together. Like I think they might be the strongest 2v2 in mid. They just look
I could see it.
Really excuse me, I can't speak this evening.
Don't die.
Jeez Louise. Yeah, they just look really good, and their cohesion's fantastic. Tactical goes 11-0. Skull goes 9-3. But like the biggest crime here, I think, from Dargans is that they left Aphrodite open.
They did.
And Trillville
against Trillville
will always play Aphrodite if it's open.
It's a best of one. Like you don't even care. Like maybe okay. To be fair, they drafted Cerberus into the Afro, but the Cerberus should have gone support at that point. You shouldn't have locked in Terra. Now we can try and kill the Aphrodite early before she's like relevant, you know? Like this Afro has 10k healing in this game. There's a Cerberus in this game.
Yeah.
They're building anti-heal. Like something went wrong here. Obviously, like the 2 back-to-back fights that they lost were not great. But yeah, I don't know.
I'll be real, these Ascension picks and bans have been terrible to watch. Like they were brutal to watch happen live.
Yeah, they were bad.
Watching a team second pick ban both Chalk and Cthulhu because you don't know how to deal with either of them is so sad, because that's 2 characters off the board from one role, and then you have so much more you have to worry about on the table. And so that was, I think it was either Blood Wardens or Dargans who did that at one point, and I was like, damn, this is just hard, dude. Like you're letting them. You're banning both of them. You're letting other stuff through. Like, goddamn, man.
Yep. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then the other stream was doing Banshees versus Heart Showers, and this was a lot closer, I thought. Yeah, this was. Well, I also was watching it.
There's a very funny clip that came out of you watching.
A phenomenal clip coming out of me watching this. Watching the end fight happen on someone else's stream, and then the ads pop up, man.
That was funny. Not even gonna hold you. That was actually just peak comedy. But yeah, I mean, I think overall Banshee just did not have a good game this game. Hunter ended up going 1-7-5. Looked really rough. I think all of Ascension Day, Hunter was not playing that well. TT12,
Disagree. I thought game 1, Hunter was going to carry his team to quarterfinals.
You think so?
I thought so. The way he cooked in game 1 on the Ryzen, and I'm like, holy smokes. Hunter just figured out a good skirmishing pick in the early mid game in the Ryzen. Okay. And then game 2, he lost on it and then didn't go back to it game 3. And I was like, damn.
I don't know. Okay, well, to be fair, we did do a pickup scrim against this team, so a little bit of inside knowledge. He played this Ryzen with this exact same build, and he did pretty good on it in scrims. So in game 1, like he would leap in, he'd get a huge Bancroft's Claw shield. It was good. It was good for him. And then I think him thinking like, oh, like they beat me on it, like let me go to something different.
Right.
And it was this Morgan Le Fay pick that was like tablet, breastplate, Book of Thoth, which I don't like that build anyway for Morgan Le Fay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it is with like Sparta players and losing one game and immediately losing faith in a pick. Like this happened to Mini apparently with Jingwei. And I'm like, really? Mini, like, because Mini's like for weeks now has been like, yeah, I play more Jingwei than you. Blah, blah, you want to beat me so bad. And I'm like, okay, then why are you not picking Jingwei right now when she just got buffed? Right. And we scrimmed the other night and we had Panther subbing in for a game. And I asked him like, why does Mini not play Jingwei? And he said, we played a scrim with it. We won one game. We lost the next. And we just never went back to it since. And I'm like, what? How can you lose faith in a pick so quickly that like you just never touch it for the rest of the season? Like he was playing crazy. Danza, he was playing Hachiman, and I'm like, bro, just play Jingwei and do what you've been doing before it was even buffed.
The whole season.
Like I don't get it, man. I don't know why people lose faith so quickly.
Yeah, who knows, dude? But Banshee ended up going home, had faith in their roster, and I think a lot of people lost faith in it very quickly after that game 3.
Yeah,
they just looked really rough.
If I see one more full power pen build against triple tank for the rest of the season on an ADC, I'm gonna lose my mind.
That's how you lose.
I'm gonna lose my mind, bro. Like, oh my god, dude! Like, Odin, Bacchus, Cerberus are running at you, and you go a full power build, like. Yeah. I've been saying this for weeks now. TT12 does not know how to think for themselves and just listens and does what they're told. Like, advocate for your playstyle. I don't know. Yeah, well, yeah, no, I mean, yeah, but that was the end of Ascension. Teams got knocked out. Some teams made it. Again, I would have not expected La Jungla to make it out the way that they did. If you told me last week that the teams that were going to make it out were La Jungla, Heart Showers, Blood Wardens, and the other one, whose name is Bard's College, thank you. I would have hit you. Like that is absurd. By the way, we have proven that there was a fraudulent division. It was not our division. Yep. Our division was way harder, and this just proves it. Yep. I agree. Fraud conferences, they are real. They are completely real. Only one team, think of it this way, only one team from the other conference made it through. It was Blood Wardens, and the only reason they couldn't get knocked out in the third round, they faced another team from their own conference. Yep. That is their one excuse. Their one excuse, man. It could have been different. Both conferences suck. No, Trey, you just suck and your conference just sucks. True. Banshees could have fought Dargans, and Heartshowers could have fought Blood Warden round 3. It didn't happen, and so both go through. Both Blood Wardens and Heartshowers go through, and so there's one team representing the other conference from Ascension. Dang, yeah. And then that's crazy. And then we did selections for that, but I didn't have a say in who we got, but I'm fine who we have to face. Let's talk. Who you guys play? Let's talk about the conference here. All right. Yeah. Or not the conference, the quarterfinals. What are we looking at here? All right, let's zoom in a couple more times. Oh yeah. One more just for good measure. Boom. All right. So this is the bracket now going forward for the rest of the season.
Word.
This is the quarterfinals. We will see on one side of the bracket the number 1 seed from the other division. Royal Jesters will take on Blood Wardens from their own division in the quarterfinals. KWM obviously had first selection. They selected Heart Showers. Royal Jesters then selected Blood Wardens. Crew then selected Bart's College. And then we were left over for La Jungla.
Yep.
Yeah. Which I don't mind.
I do think, I think La Jungla probably was one of the stronger Ascension teams to come out of Ascension. So, like, whatever. Cool. But as you said, I don't think any team that played Ascension really looked that scary to the teams that skipped it. So, like, realistically, I mean, would you have loved to just play Heart Showers again and beat them? Of course. Yeah. But, like, it's not that important.
Yeah, I think I honestly am kind of glad. There was one team I didn't want to face. It was Bards. And so Bards was the second last left over, and I thought Crew were going to pick La Jungla. Because they... Yep. Oh, no, yeah. But, like, obviously they don't. They pick Bards instead. And I'm just like, okay, I'm okay with this. And now we don't have to worry about that team on the other side. And we don't have to worry about KWM until finals. So I'm okay with this.
Yeah, I think it's a good day. I think it's a good day for you. I think the matchups, I think all of the matchups are pretty interesting, but I feel like every matchup has a pretty clear winner except one.
Okay.
Except for one.
I kind of agree. Let's you want to go down the list?
Yeah, let's
starting from the top, we have Royal Jesters versus Blood Wardens.
Yep.
On the we'll say the upper side of the bracket.
Yep.
Both from the same division. These two teams have played each other before. I feel like this should go RJ, and this is a best of 3. This should go RJ, I think, 2-0 here. I'm going to be honest.
I agree. I think it's RJ 2-0. I think this team has looked great all season. I don't see them looking worse. Blood Wardens are prone to making mistakes that are very easily punishable. So yeah, I think I gotta just lean Royal Justice here, but I think I'll say 2-1.
Okay. That's fair. I do think RJ are not as good as they were at the start of the season.
I agree.
We scrimmed them
but I also
recently.
think Blood Wardens.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Blood Wardens are like, you said that Justice aren't as good as they were at the beginning of the season. I still think they're good. I feel like they've fixed some mistakes and they've made other mistakes. Blood Wardens, I feel like have stayed the exact same the whole season.
Yeah.
They've not improved. They really haven't gotten that much worse, but like nothing's changed. And Jesters played this version of Blood Wardens already, beat them. I don't really see that changing.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't think either of these two teams have like adapted well to the new metas. I think they're both just kind of playing what they've been playing since the start of the season. Yep. And wouldn't be surprised to see that continue. I think RJ just has the better edge in that. Just the mechanical matchups, honestly.
For sure.
Like if obviously if RJ don't ban what Blood Wardens want to play, they might end up having a harder time. But I think if they just ban away the certain characters, they'll just have an easy time, and it's gonna be a 2-0.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay,
I agree.
Warriors of Albion versus La Jungla.
Yeah, La Jungla.
La Jungla. I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, true. I think this matchup probably goes in the favor of the Warriors of Albion Sparta division. It could very easily be a 2-0. I feel like there's also a world because Smite 2 just came out, so people might be on Smite 1 less. It could end up being a 2-1. But I think if you guys go into it with a good game plan, a good draft strategy, a good pick man strategy, and execute your play on field, even if you guys like throw your early game, which you guys have done quite a few times actually this season. Like,
I know what you're talking about.
Early game.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. But then you'll play effortlessly, like flawlessly, in like the mid game and late game, and it just doesn't even matter. As long as you just don't toss your early game, I feel like it's just a guaranteed 2-0.
I agree.
But yeah. And that's not me to slight La Jungla. Obviously, they may have Ascension 2-0, but they played bad teams. So, GG.
This is a cool matchup because this is the battle of like the duo of Tova and Death Guy versus their ex-champion teammate Zexy. Like these 3 players obviously won last season. So there's like a bit of a rivalry going on there as well, which is cool.
That'd be a cool, cool story with it. So I like it.
I'm not gonna give my prediction for that matchup. KWM versus Heart Showers. Give me KWM 2-0. This team is just one of the favorites going into this tournament. Heart Showers, even in the playoff tournament or the Ascension tournament, still looked a little clueless and I think exploitable. Give me Heart Showers 2-0, man.
You mean KWM 2-0? You said Heart Showers 2-0.
Yeah, sorry, KWM 2-0. My apologies.
There you go. Awesome. Yeah, I have to agree. I don't think Heart Showers does not impress me with their play on field. I feel like, as you said, they played, two mentally boomed teams and knocked them out of Ascension. So, realistically, obviously, there's a world where, Heart Showers take a game off Kids with Mittens. There's also a world where Heart Showers come in with an awesomely sick game plan. But that's not what I'm going to be expecting, though. I'm going to be expecting KWM to come in, head on their shoulders, not hungover at all that day. They're going to have a full roster.
Expert's too young to drink anyways. There's no way he can get hungover.
True. So, I'm just going to say Kids with Mittens 2-0 pretty easily.
All right. I like that. Crew versus the Bards. I think you said you might have one, and I think this is the one.
Yeah, this is by far the closest matchup in quarterfinals. This will be the one, it could go either way. The Crew are a team that have been riding momentum and rode it all the way to skipping Ascension. Bards were a team that struggled in the early and mid-season and really brought it back later. Qualifier for Ascension, looked really good in Ascension, I think, in my opinion. So, at least to me, this is by far the closest matchup because both these teams have been rapidly improving, but which one's gotten better in the shorter amount of time?
Yeah, and I think between if you were to ask me which one has improved in a shorter amount of time, it would be the Bards. Yeah. I don't know. To me, the Crew are pretty consistent. I expect them to kind of show up on the day and play pretty good smite game. But Bards just have a couple players that have that it factor. Jay Swervy hitting a 3-man Thor ultimate to win the game. That to me is an it factor. Those highlight reel plays can come through. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Bards maybe take a game. I would still say give me the Crew. But I think it can be close. I do think Crew need to prep. And if they do underestimate the Bards, they will get smoked. I don't know if that's going to happen. I would hope Drezzy's doing their prep ahead of time and really thinking about. Surely Drezzy has a plan, and hopefully his Drezzy plan is for the Crew to win in a 2-0 fashion. But I think Drezzy's plan will have a flaw in it and give me Crew 2-1.
Okay. I'm going to take the opposite vote here. I'm going to vote Bards College 2-1. Okay. And here's my reason. You touched on it a little bit. You said that there's several players on this roster that have the id factor, right? To me, the story here is that both these teams are improving. They're both, in my opinion, now good teams. But the Crew is very consistent. They're consistently good. Bards College might just pop off randomly. Real Team might have an 11-0 Morgan Le Fay game or a 10-0 Vulcan game. Doom Sauce might go nuclear on Cthulhu. Jay Swervy might pop off and get a quadra kill. And it's not something that you need to expect going into the set, but it might just happen. Right? Yeah. For me, it's with you're in playoffs now. You're playing for in my opinion, all the marbles. This is in my opinion, Bards College just might be this is their biggest test so far of the season. You were a dog meat team. Now people are giving you respect. People probably didn't even expect you to make it have Ascension. Some teams I know definitely weren't expecting you to be here. So I think with all that pressure on you, they have to lock in. And if they lock in and they play really, really well, I feel like the star power, the it factor on Bards College is greater than the it factor and star power on the Crew. But the Crew on any other given day without needing the stars to align, I think are much more consistent. I feel like they're overall probably the better team. But I feel like Bards College is probably the team that would sweep them.
Interesting.
So,
okay.
Not even Bards 2-1. Give me Bards 2-0 actually.
Damn. Yeah, Trey's in the chat, man. You're really gonna do Trey like that, man? He's in
dude. Listen, I love Trey. Listen. Trey's Athens bound at some point, bro. He's gonna go great. However,
there we go.
I feel like again, Bards College is they're that team that's gonna come out running, hit the ground running. And if they win game 1, they're gonna ride their ego through game 2, and it's gonna cook.
That is true. Bards do, in fact, I think, have I don't know if they have. Oh, they definitely do. They have the biggest ego, I think, going out of
Oh,
coming out.
100%.
This is the thing is like so many of these teams were so quiet. Well, maybe not Bards. Bards were all always yapping. But like Starry came out of Ascension yapping away like he's never yapped before all season long. And I'm like, bro, this is so cringe to watch these players that have lost all season long win their games to make quarterfinals, quote unquote, and then are like just talking the maddest shit, man. I'm just like, damn, like couldn't do that before. Like Awesome Luke is like yapping on caster levels lately. Like, I'm just like, bro, like this is getting weird. Like calm down, dude. Stop making it personal.
Because if Bards get past quarterfinals, they become a semifinal team. That can that's Bud's whole ticket to saying that he was a good captain the whole season.
Yeah,
and he should captain again.
We can't allow that, Trey. You have to stop Bud from saying he's a good captain because we all know the truth, man. We all know the truth.
Yep. Even if Bards lose like 1-2, it won't even matter. Bubba's gonna be like, unlucky, man. I was a great captain this whole season. I got my team to quarters. What's your team do? You know, like
we cannot allow such a horrible thing to happen, man. It's actually cooked.
And in it, like, okay, so like, let's just say, right? So let's say Bards beat the crew.
Okay.
Let's say Heart Showers beat KWM. I feel like Heart Showers is the easier matchup for Bards.
Yeah, but there's no world Heart Showers are being KWM.
Okay, but what if it happens though?
I don't think it's gonna happen. You're talking about hypotheticals that aren't like not even close to realistic hypotheticals. You know what I mean? Like,
oh god,
like you're talking about like Doctor Strange looking into the multiverse and all the realities where Heart Showers can beat KWM, and then he holds up his one finger and he says, "There's only one where it happens." And I don't think it's this one, man.
The whole KWM team is gonna get sick with the sniffles, and they're not gonna be able to make it on game day.
That's crazy. Well,
they're gonna draft up their whole Delphi team.
Damn.
And Heart Showers still lose 2-1.
I was gonna say, isn't the Delphi team pretty good?
I think so.
Where are they at? They're actually not even here. They're not in. Never mind.
Curses.
Never mind, bro.
Yep, unlucky.
The Delphi team is cooked. After what Bubba said to me, he will not be making it past quarters. That's honestly understandable. We have a few minutes left, and I think we're pretty good on this. I will set a 10-minute timer real quick. Chat, this is your opportunity. This is our Q&A section. This is a short episode tonight because we both have somewhere to be. We're a day late as well on this. I mean, we were busy. We were both busy yesterday. I was busy yesterday. I couldn't do this. So this is our Q&A section. Is Hydra ready to win on Monday? Hydra, what are you winning in on Monday?
Oh, Natussi Draft League.
Oh, God.
Yep, I'm ready to win all the schmeckles, all the schmeckaroos. That's like $100 per player. So
that's crazy.
Like, listen, genuinely, I like say what you want, right? Like, I sweat when it comes to like playing for money.
But
like I played in like the Heaven's Gauntlet League or whatever for like $20. And that was the sweatiest I played all season.
People
Athens, nah.
People talk about how OSL is the best ran draft league. Nah, Natussi Draft League is definitely the best
draft league.
Is definitely the best ran draft league, and it's not even
Hydra
close.
will not be winning here. Now listen, I'm gonna walk you through it, right, Trey? So I'm the solo laner for that team. So people don't like for me to play Yorm for some reason. I couldn't imagine why, right? So it gets banned in the top 3 a lot. But if you don't ban it in the top 3, I will pick it, and I'll probably beat your solo laner on that pick. So, but if you do ban it, you're letting through Cthulhu, Shock, Kukulin, and if you ban all 3 of those, then my mid gets the picks they want. My ADC's getting like Charybdis, like my support's locking in Cerberus. Actually, screw it, I'll lock in Cerberus. Like genuinely, like there's too many picks that are too OP in my hands, good sir. So I'm sorry. It's gonna be full of chasm. We're winning it 3-0. Not even gonna be close.
Honestly, you playing solo lane explains your Smite 2 performance today as support. I'm gonna be real. It explains so much.
I was running it down, dude.
You were
running it down.
I'm gonna be real. I got 0 peel that entire.
There was no peel.
This entire day of playing. You peeled me most when I played in solo lane today, man.
Yeah, no, there was, yeah. Actually, yeah. No, I was not peeling at all. Joke's on you. We have Kane Tempest. Listen, Kane Tempest knows, bro. He knows.
He's a knower.
He's a knower. We did team together, so he knows part of my god pool. He knows that Yorm is in it. So
my favorite thing right now is someone saying any Masters GM players trying to queue Smite 2. I don't know who this is, but that would be hilarious if someone's trying to get boosted and ranked because of this. Sorry, I got distracted. That's an OSL general. Yeah, any other questions, chat? Before we wrap up the show, any final questions pertaining to Smite, Smite 2, OSL, AGL, casting, League of Legends, even, because that's what I gotta go play next.
Smite 2, surely.
It's surely Smite 2, man. Smite 2 is so fun, man.
Risk Rating 2 DLC that also dropped today that I will be enjoying at some point.
Stellaris DLC that's dropping pretty soon as well.
Yeah, there's so much stuff. There's so much content.
There is so much content.
Gamers are eating so good.
We are
so good. We love to see it.
There's a new game coming out that I was looking at where I'm like, ooh, this looks good. I'm trying to remember what it was, but I was like actually intrigued by. Oh, it's the new Assassin's Creed game. Like, I'm not a big modern day Assassin's Creed player, but like this game looked pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, it looks good. It looks good.
How does it feel about Hydra saying it's gonna be a soul chasm against your soul laner? You playing against Rekka?
I do play Rekka, and Norm is a contested pick.
Listen, man,
so
I've teamed with both Hydra, and I'm teaming currently with Rekka. And I just have one thing to say. They both suck, and Super Death Fang is superior.
Oh, that's so real. That's so true.
They both want to be David so badly, man. They both suck.
No, I'm not locking in the turtle, though. It's fine. It's fine. It's cool.
It's not the turtle anymore, man. It's the big baby. The big baby smackaroo, you know?
Yeah. Well, no, apparently, I don't know if you saw this, but there's a tier list in Athens where the Athens players matched a god to a player, like in terms of like it being iconic.
We did that for
Sparta.
Sparta.
You know what David's was?
What was it?
Yeah, you know what David's was? It was Cucullin.
Oh, okay, interesting.
He played it all the time in Content Creator Cup, played it a lot in his sets, I guess. I definitely would have said it was Kuzumbo, but, you know, I don't know. But you know what? I was happy just to be on the list. I got Kepri.
Oh, nice. You know. Someone did that as well for us.
Yeah, it was dope. I love lists like that. But yeah, I got Kepri, and I was honorable mention for Ganesha, which I was like, okay, sure, I'll take it.
I got Jingwei for mine. And then,
yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I did see that.
And then I convinced.
You were in the Athens list for Jingwei too, by the way. I want you to know that.
Nice. I did not know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, I just want to let you know that you are in the Athens list. It says Athens greatest of all time, Jingwei.
Let's go, man. It's not even close. It
actually was not close. There's no honorable mention. It's literally just you.
That's hilarious. I think I'm also the only one for ours as well. I'm trying to find it. It was a while ago. Oh, here it is. Okay. Jingwei. Yeah, it's just me and no honorable mention. I did convince Moose to add me in as an honorable mention to the Heimdall as well.
Okay.
Which I did not. I don't think he updated it and reposted it. He did not. So yeah, I did convince him to add me on as an honorable mention for the Heimdall.
Heck yeah.
Which I'm like, because last season I was the first one playing it, and I love that god. And
Yep. I see Zexi's here a lot, actually. Wait a minute, Lancelot, Maman, Tsukiyomi.
Yeah, he is the one pulling out the otter gods, so to speak.
Yeah, Rekka's got the Ama on lock. Let's see. Heck yeah, dude.
I'm trying to see if there's any others. I don't see any.
The Mex American Moose, Horus.
That is true. I'm surprised Mex didn't get Kepri. Where's Kepri?
EC Benzing on Kepri.
Yeah, but at least give an honorable mention. Give an honorable mention to Max.
That's true. Benson's Kepri in Sparta was really good. So I'll give it, Benson definitely earned it.
Yeah, but the only reason Benson started playing Kepri, we settled this on the podcast last week, was because we picked it first.
True.
Halanu.
That's true.
Oh, Halanu has Kukulkan. So
he does have Kukulkan.
Have Kukulkan. Yeah. But that's it. That's kind of it for us. I'm trying to see if there's any other notable ones. Yeah. Again, no Poncho on Erlong Shen, but not Zex. I don't know. Not Zexy. He was cooking on that recently. Jigs Q on Scotty is questionable to me, but that's just me.
I don't know about that one, brother.
Yeah. Skizzy on the Morgan. Why does Poncho not have the Morgan? Poncho cooked on the Morgan last season.
That's true.
All right, it's fine. It's fine. This season, listen, the season ain't over. We're about to create some iconic moments with some iconic gods. What can I say?
So true. So true.
Yeah. We're about to have iconic level performances. About to cook with some different characters. Yeah, it's like the
cook with it.
You gotta do the voice like of Kronk from Emperor's New Groove.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like about to cook with the new characters. It's gonna be fantastic.
Cook with the new characters. It's gonna be fantastic.
Press the button, Kronk.
Yep.
Oh, the lever, Kronk. Wrong lever. I think that about does it for us.
Yeah. I think we're good.
I think we're good.
About 7 o'clock. We both have stuff that we gotta do.
We gotta go, man. We got places to be, people to see, games to play.
Oh yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Warriors of Albion Greenroom podcast. If you want to follow us or keep up to date with what we're doing, I post the VODs on YouTube at youtube.com/spiritedbook. Follow my Twitch on twitch.tv/spiritedbook, and follow Hydra on TV/chaotic Hydra to keep up to date with our streams, our content that we post, our OSL sets, whatever sets we're playing. In the case of Hydra, it's the Tussie. For me, it's OSL. And obviously Smite 2 when I get around to it. And League of Legends in a bit, because I'm going to be doing some stuff for that tonight. Am I missing anything else? Follow us on Twitter, I guess, or X.
Yeah, follow us on Twitter.
Yeah, follow on X.
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 Am I missing anything else? I can't.
Nope, that's it. The podcast will be uploaded on Spotify, YouTube, everywhere you can reach us. Listen to us in your car. Listen to us while you're doing dishes or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't done it on Spotify in a bit. I really should, but
that's okay. YouTube's the main medium. Anyway.
YouTube is the main media. This is definitely a viewer, viewership with like a visual, so to speak.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Anyways, take care, everyone. We will see you next week. This time we will be back on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It was just an odd thing for us this week. We'll be back at that time, same place on our channels. We'll see you then. Bye, everyone.
Yep. Catch you all later.